Right now on Apple Valley News Now, live at 6, the mayor of Mabton caught on camera, involved in a scuffle at a local restaurant. Emily Goodell has the story. Plus,
tonight on Apple Valley News Now, the Tri-City Americans return home for 2 straight games against Kamloops. Find out how they're preparing coming up.
Coming up, find out why local agencies surprised one kid who had been gone from his hometown since February.
And I'm Stacey Lee. Get ready for fabulous fall weather. All the details coming up.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
And a very good evening. Thank you for joining us on this Friday. It's October the 11th, and I'm Austin Reed. A mayor caught on camera in a brawl with citizens at a local restaurant, including the man who filed a petition to recall her as the mayor. The family says when they called 911, no one showed up. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell brings us more in this exclusive story.
A fight breaking out at a Mabton restaurant between Mabton Mayor Rachel Ruelas, her son and her husband, and Ruben Olivares and his wife, lasting for several minutes and continuing out into the parking lot. Olivares and his wife ending up at the ER at Prosser Memorial Hospital. Olivares with an abrasion on his knee, strained ankle and bruising, and his wife with a scrape to her arm. Both filing petitions for restraining orders against Ruelas and her family Friday morning. Court records show Ruelas also filing a petition for a protection order against Olivares, but those documents not yet available. Olivares' grandson, Ruben Olivares Fernandez, says his grandma sent him the video shortly after the fight, but when he called 911 on their behalf, no one showed up.
My grandparents were assaulted, and I believe that the cops should have came onto duty and taken the report first.
His first call to 911 made at 6:20 p.m., calling again 40 minutes later.
To follow up if sheriffs were being dispatched, being that Mabton didn't have any cops on duty.
I reached out to Yakima County Sheriff's Office officials who confirmed dispatchers received 2 calls about an assault at South and Main, where that restaurant is located, one from Olivares Fernandez and one from the mayor herself, but informed me the case belonged to Mabton PD. Olivares Fernandez says he was told since it wasn't an active scene and both parties were separated, there was no reason for deputies to be dispatched.
I questioned the detective on if I call 911, what's the purpose of me even calling them if they're not going to send any help? At that point, they said, well, if I think they're not doing the job properly or if Mabton Police is not doing the job properly, that I can call the City Hall of Mabton and make a complaint. Well, if I make that complaint, it goes to the mayor.
He says dispatchers also told him they'd alerted the on-call Mabton police officer, the department's only officer at this time, Ryan Sullivan, about the situation, and that he'd been in contact with the mayor and would take care of it when he got on duty the next day.
They told me that the Mabton officer had also contacted my grandparents, which that wasn't true because I had my phone and their phones as well. And I looked through the call log and they didn't have any missed phone calls.
Officer Sullivan says he did try to reach out to them.
I was given a number provided by dispatch, so it was whatever phone number that Ruben's family called 911 on, and I made multiple attempts to call that phone number, and it never responded.
Sullivan says the mayor talked to him about the situation, calling him on his work cell after the fight.
Can you discuss at all what she told you?
I cannot. Anything that was said will be on my report in the future, though.
He got the call from the sheriff's office dispatchers shortly after.
They just said that it was assault had occurred at a restaurant that I know the name of, and that it wasn't ongoing at that time, but it had happened earlier. And I told them, I was aware of somewhat of the situation at that point.
Sullivan says when an officer is on call but not on duty, they evaluate the emergence of calls on a case-by-case basis to determine if they need to respond immediately.
Depending on what we hear from dispatch, we can determine, okay, need to get there now, or let me give some people some phone calls and see if this can be, if it's non-emergency, like if it's not, an active assault going on at that time, a lot of the time we won't show up.
In this case,
just based off the information I had at the time, it wasn't an active assault that was occurring at that time. It is under investigation currently, and I will not only be taking this investigation to a certain point, but I'll also be forwarding parts of it to the Yakima County Sheriff's Office for their assistance on it as well.
I I tried to reach Ruelas for comment by calling Mabton City Hall.
I was calling to see if I could speak to Mayor Rachel Ruelas.
They told me she wasn't there.
Is she not coming into the office at all today?
They told me they'd pass on a message. I also tried to reach her on her cell, but it went straight to voicemail.
Hi Rachel, this is Emily Goodell with Apple Valley News Now. I was wondering if you might give me a call back. There's a matter of an incident last night that I wanted to discuss with you.
Olivares previously filed a petition to recall Ruelas as mayor. She filed an appeal with the state Supreme Court earlier this week. In Mabton, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Emily headed to Mabton tomorrow for the city's budget retreat. We'll have that story next week. Now to fire watch and turning to the Tiger Creek fire burning in Walla Walla County. Acreage has decreased to 532 acres with improved ground mapping, and 19% containment has been achieved with almost 500 firefighting resources assigned. Full suppression of the fire remains the top priority of the crews operating. Firefighters say humidity recoveries overnight were moderate to excellent. A stronger inversion lifted by the afternoon.
We're going to start work in the roads improvement area today. So we added a division or a group called the Roads Group. They're going to be working the Mill Creek Road today, and then as the days progress, they're going to do some work down here and then come up the 65 road where it ties into the 6511 road, just grade that and bring it back to how it was before we got here, probably even a little bit better.
Now tomorrow, expected weather will be partly cloudy, becoming clear in the afternoon with temps around 55 to 65 degrees. The top priority is now containing the fire as soon as possible. Hey, the weekend is almost here, and it sounds like we are all warming up. First Alert Stacy Lee joining us live now from our First Alert Weather Center with a first look at your forecast. Stacy, happy Friday.
Hey, happy Friday to you. And yeah, that is a weather update in those upper elevations. A little warmer down below for most of us. Right now, a little chilly already this evening. 59 degrees on our Apple Valley Skycam. Winds are light at 3 miles per hour. Sunset is on the way at 6:16. It's been a little overcast today, and another chance for the aurora tonight. I'll tell you more coming up. Temperatures around the area sitting in the 50s and 60s this evening. Tonight, it's going to drop down into mainly the 40s, but we have a few 30-degree temps in Ellensburg and Sunnyside tonight, so you want to grab a coat heading outdoors. A sneak peek at that weekend forecast. Gorgeous weather, 70s. Lots of sunshine on the way. Those clouds are going to start moving out late tonight, early tomorrow. Looking good in Tri-Cities this weekend. Walla Walla, absolutely gorgeous. Look at these warm temperatures Sunday and Monday. Hermiston also looking fab for the weekend. Here's a recap. Cloudy and cool tonight, sunny and warmer for the weekend. Showers on the way next week, and we'll have much cooler temperatures. I'll tell you how cool and where we could be seeing some snow next week as well. Austin?
Stacy, thank you. New at 6 tonight, Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital has one of the busiest emergency departments in the state, but they're working on a solution. Multicare broke ground today on a brand new off-campus emergency department. Now, this is in Union Gap. It's a 10,000 square foot facility with 10 exam rooms, a full service ER open 24/7 with on-site x-ray, CAT scan, and lab services. Multicare officials say they hope to have the new emergency department up and running by the end of 2025. Well, could electric airplanes be on the way for the Yakima Airport? A Puget Sound Regional Council regional aviation study forecasted a 2050 capacity shortage of 27 million annual passengers, which means SeaTac Airport will reach full capacity by 2027. But the Yakima Airport has a plan to help with that. The city has requested the Commercial Aviation Coordinating Commission to consider the air terminal as a single preferred location. Apple Valley News Now spoke with Yakima's airport director today, who says they have partnered with 5 other airports, all of them in Western Washington, to start up a small electric aviation system.
You know, once the FAA approves these airplanes for safe flight, the convenience that they're going to experience, the lower cost of the flight. So just imagine, let's say that you live in Olympia, Washington, and it's like a 2-hour drive to get to SeaTac. Or you could just take the 15-minute drive to the Olympia Airport. There's no hassle with parking, no TSA, no ticketing. You carry your own bag and put it on the plane, climb in the plane, and in 30 minutes you're in Yakima. You saved all that time. It's a cheaper flight, cheaper parking. It's just a better traveling experience.
The airport director also says there is more work to be done on this plan, so do stay with us for updates. And in sports, there's that famous saying in baseball, let's play two. The Tri-City Americans are set to play both Saturday and Sunday against the same team. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen brings us a preview of the game and discusses the legacy of the team.
It's been a rough week for the Tri-City Americans, dropping their last two games to Kelowna and Seattle, respectively. Now the Ams return home to the Toyota Center this weekend as they gear up for 2 straight games against the Kamloops Blazers.
We've had a good week of practice, I think, and the mentality is that we've, I think, played well enough to get better results. We just haven't, which is part of sports. And so we just got to make sure that we stay focused and keep working forward on our structure and our work ethic and things like that, and hopefully we start to get some better results here.
The Tri-City Americans head coach Stu Barnes tells me the team is working hard to get better. With 2 games against the same team, both at home, Barnes says there is an advantage to this.
You get to prepare for the first game, see what they're all about, try to make some adjustments, and then once that's done, again, you gather the video, you go at it again, you try to see what can we do better, what can we eliminate from their group, because we know that they're a talented bunch.
Americans left winger Brandon Wynot says because these games are back-to-back, it's important for him to rest up as much as he can.
Back-to-back games obviously aren't very easy, but you know, after the games, you just have to make sure you're treating your body well, whether that being like ice tub or stretching and just getting the nutrients you need.
Players like Wynot are looking to make the NHL someday. There are currently 10 former AMS players on NHL rosters this year, something Americans general manager Bob Torrey says is a great achievement.
We bring them in as young boys at 16 and they leave. We hope they leave as young men at 20 and have a successful career, whether it's in hockey or outside of hockey.
Barnes is unique, where he's seen players go from 3 different perspectives. As a player, a coach, and an owner, he tells me the Americans made sure he was ready for a career in the NHL by teaching him resilience, something he's passing down to his team to make sure they're ready for Kamloops. The Ams went 1-3 last year against Kamloops, something they're trying to change this weekend. In Kennewick, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Good luck to the guys. Dan, thank you for that. Have a nice weekend. Still to come, the story of a College Place kid battling cancer, getting the dream of a lifetime. But up next on Apple Valley News Now live at 6, we are tracking the latest developments with Hurricane Milton. And as we leave you to break, a live picture from Pasco. Stacy is up next with your full First Alert weekend forecast. Stay with us.
Apples are the pride of Washington's agricultural economy. When India put on the retaliatory tariff, we were basically dead in the market. Thanks to Maria Cantwell stepping in and getting that tariff removed, we're up to 2 million boxes and we're climbing steadily. It's a huge difference for the industry. Maria Cantwell is effective because she works with both parties to get things done for our industry.
I'm Maria Cantwell, and I approve this message because I'll keep taking on powerful interests to get things done.
70% of all breast cancers are found through self-exams. With early detection, the 5-year survival rate is high. More at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Prosser Memorial Health, now scheduling mammograms with your health and safety in mind. This is how we care.
The Walker's 4-day clearance sale is going on now, where you can enjoy store-wide discounts while they last, with clearance deals up to 70% off.
Or you can pay over time with 0% interest until 2029, with no down payment and no minimum purchase.
Get that new furniture you've been wanting and save big at the 4-day clearance sale.
Going on now at Walker's.
Now is the time for a new bath from Bathfitter. Every Bathfitter bath is installed quickly, safely, and beautifully with a lifetime warranty. Go from old to new, from worn to wow. The beautiful bath you've always wanted, done right, installed by one expert technician, all in one day. We've been creating moments like these for 35 years, and we're here to help you get started. Book your free virtual or in-home design consultation today.
You love the internet. But do you love your internet? Do frozen screens make your heart melt? Do buffering wheels give you butterflies? Didn't think so. You should meet Ziply Fiber. It's faster, it's friendlier, it's fiber. Ziply is fiber optic internet. That means no lag and no buffering. Gotta love it. Ziply Fiber. Call 1-888-GO-ZIPLY or visit ziplyfiber.com/GoZiply. Plans as low as $10 a month.
What have we got?
The Andersons. All night, tossing and turning, bad backs, sleep score at an all-time low.
Round up the team.
At Denver Mattress, going undercover is literally how we solve problems.
And when we find sleepers waking up with aches and pains, we turn to the Tempur-Pedic Adapt, designed for ultimate pressure relief that uniquely adapts to your body's pressure points. The Tempur Adapt features innovative technology, so you get deep, undisturbed rest all night long.
Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
For 17 years, Senator Curtis King has delivered for you. That's why the media calls Curtis King the Republican in Olympia most likely to pass a bill. Senator King helped fund the Sozo Soccer Complex, giving local youth and adult soccer players a world-class recreational facility. Curtis King helped Perry Tech expand, providing thousands of local students with real-world skills. And he delivered funding for dozens of local road projects.
I'm Curtis King, and I'd appreciate your vote.
Kraken, Wild, pregame at 4:30, Saturday on MeTV.
Welcome back, everybody. In Florida and across much of the Southeast, the storms have passed, but the recovery is just beginning. For many, it's difficult to distinguish where the damage of Hurricane Helene begins versus the devastation from Hurricane Milton. But help is on the way. Maribel Gonzalez has more.
Double destruction in the Sunshine State.
I think the complicating factor here is going to be there's two storms.
Hurricane Helene made landfall in Florida as a deadly Category 4 hurricane, carving a 500-mile path of destruction across 6 states. Then Milton hit as a Category 3 storm, bringing tornadoes, torrential rain, and storm surge.
And having 2 major hurricanes in less than 3 weeks has really decimated our downtown area.
In Valrico, Hillsborough County deputies are still evacuating people from flooded homes.
We're 6 feet deep. We have some people who believe that it might get as high as 20 feet.
In Pinellas County, hundreds remain in shelters, some who've been there for weeks.
We have over 170 people that have actually been in shelters with us since Hurricane Helene.
The rescues and relief pouring in.
Our available force represents the largest National Guard response in Florida.
We have an additional $50 million on top of what we did for Hurricane Helene.
FEMA says people will need to apply for separate hurricane relief for each storm.
We're just going to have to continue to work with each person as they're working through understanding what they experienced from Helene, what they experienced from Milton, so they can get everything that they're eligible for.
While victims assess the damage left behind, moments of hope and resilience begin to emerge.
We had a beautiful baby girl that was born in one of our shelters. Our shelter staff helped with the delivery.
I'm Maribel Gonzalez reporting.
And do stay with Apple Valley News Now on air and online at applevalleynewsnow.com for updates.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And let's get into that weekend forecast. We're going to start to see some clearing skies. We see a little bit of sun out on our Bi-Mart Skycam looking down into the Atanum Ridge tonight. 60 degrees and winds are Zippo there tonight. Humidity at 40%, sunset 6:16. Now, a lot of folks were taking photos of those northern lights are possible once again tonight through the area. Last night was a G4 storm. Tonight, G3, so a little less and a little further to the north. Cloud cover, though, could be an issue. Let's take a look at our future cast. We are seeing some clouds over the area tonight. They're going to kind of hang around, kind of getting lighter, maybe 11 o'clock or midnight. We might be able to see that aurora once again, but those clouds will finally lift for us tomorrow morning. And then overall, we'll have a pretty nice, calm weekend. Look at that. Mostly sunny skies all through the region. A few clouds developing on the west side of the state, but looking really good all the way through Monday. Let's talk about fall. We're starting to see all the different colors. Here's all the different colors you can expect from different trees in our area. Those red maples, a brilliant scarlet color, those beech trees, light tan, hickories, golden bronze, those dogwoods, the dark purple, and those colors are starting to come out because the weather is beginning to change. Chlorophyll, is the main thing when we have nice warm during growing season. The greens, the yellows, and oranges changes are all there, but the chlorophyll is dominant. Then the fall season comes, the weather starts to change, and all the other colors start to come out, making us be able to see those reds, oranges, yellows, and browns. So lots of good stuff there, and you'll continue to see the fall foliage getting more colorful as the days move on. Now, temperatures are warming up for the next several days. They're peaking at Monday. Then we're going to start to drop way down as we have a cold front coming. This is where we could start to see some mountain snow showers, as we're going to have a system moving into our area, bringing rain showers widespread in the middle and later part of next week. Temperatures tonight on the chilly side with some patchy clouds out there, 30s and 40s in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley. Columbia Basin, we're going to stay in the low 40s all through the area tonight. Hermiston, the warm spot at 43. Foothills of the Blues, Milton, Freewater, and Dayton at 44. The chilly spot is Pendleton at 40 degrees. For tomorrow, going to look for those sunny skies, warmer temperatures. Most everybody in the 70s, looking really, really nice here. So, you know, looking good. I might stay home and take advantage of this beautiful weather locally, but if you're hitting the road, not going to be a bad weekend. Go get those mountain hikes out of the way, because as I said, things are going to cool off and we could see some snowflakes flying. Here's your travel forecast, what it looks like in Seattle. Portland is going to be nice until Monday. That's when we're going to start to see those showers moving in, and a very warm weekend if you're heading to Spokane. Beautiful there overall. Here's that 7-day planning forecast. There's the rain, and look at those temperatures drop. We go from the 70s to the 60s all the way into the 50s, and those chilly overnight lows in the 30s. Looking ahead in Ellensburg, gorgeous weekend, and look at those chilly at freezing level temperatures next Wednesday into Thursday. Tri-Cities, gorgeous weekend. The rain starts moving into our area on Wednesday and Thursday, with overnight lows dropping into the 30s and 40s. Walla Walla, gorgeous weekend there. Those showers on Wednesday, though, definitely coming our way. Much needed rain right now for this time of year. And in Hermiston, gorgeous there, with a 70% chance of rain on Wednesday with chilly overnight lows. So things are really going to start changing, and those fall colors are really going to start popping here in the next week.
Yeah, I've noticed a little bit here and there.
So you're going to see a big shift next week.
All right, very good. Stacey, thank you. We are back right after this with a local health headline. Stay tuned.
This is my perfect day in Walla Walla.
Jared Sessler is Mr. 30%. Sessler wants a 30% national sales tax on everything. New house? Under Sessler's plan, you pay 30% more. New car? 30% more. Bacon, eggs, milk? 30%. Healthcare, gas, electric, cell phone bills? You pay 30% more. Jared Sessler, Mr. 30%. Is there anything he won't tax? National Interest Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Right now at Les Schwab, it's the deal you've been waiting for. The Score More sales event. Save up to $160 instantly on a wide selection of 4 tires and 4 wheels. Plus, every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Because nobody stands by their tires like we do. It's a better deal on better tires with the best service in the business. Get more from Les.
Democrat candidate Maria Beltran led a liberal Seattle group that tried to defund police and allowed chaos and violence to take over the streets. Like Beltran, House candidates Anna Kennedy and Chelsea Demas oppose initiatives that would lower gas prices, end the capital income tax, and allow you to opt out of the expensive long-term care tax. Seattle liberals Maria Beltran, Anna Kennedy, and Chelsea Demas do not share your values and are too extreme for Central Washington.
I had surgery as a child that I barely remember, but decades later, the insurance company called that a pre-existing condition and denied me long-term care insurance. Washington State created a long-term care benefit to help millions of people like me afford the care we need. But I-2124 will take that benefit away, leaving millions with no way to get or afford long-term care. If it can happen to me, it can happen to anybody. That's why we all have to vote no on I-2124.
For 17 years, Senator Curtis King has delivered for you. That's why the media calls Curtis King the Republican in Olympia most likely to pass a bill. Senator King uses those relationships to do things like fund a new swimming pool in Yakima's MLK Park and helped Heritage University in the Lower Valley grow. Curtis King helped Toppenish Astria Hospital keep their doors open. And he delivered funding for Pasco's Lewis Street project.
I'm Curtis King, and I'd appreciate your vote.
This is my
perfect day.
in Walla Walla.
Welcome back, everybody. Here at Apple Valley News Now, we have been following the Trot for Trot fundraiser here in the Tri-Cities. And here is a little more about how horses can be emotionally therapeutic.
That's right. It's called equine-assisted psychotherapy. And like many elective therapies, horse therapy generally not covered by insurance companies, but some nonprofits are trying to make it more accessible. Now they're having a big Trot for Trot event tomorrow at Columbia Point Marina. You can register at 8:30. Our own Monique Ledesma covered the story earlier in the week, and you can find all the details about the event at applevalleynewsnow.com, which, by the way, we're a proud sponsor of the event.
All right. Yeah, it's amazing what horses can do.
That's right.
So very good. All right. We have much more news and weather ahead at 6:30, the region's only live and local news. And you are tracking a warm up.
A warm up. It's a good story.
Stay with us, everybody.
Aren't you just a spoonful of sugar?
Young Sheldon, tonight at 11:05, Apple Valley News Now.
Liberal Democrats Maria Beltran, Anna Kennedy, and Chelsea Demas support even no questions asked late-term abortions. They oppose measures that would lower taxes, make gas cheaper, and let you take home more of your paycheck. They would make your streets less safe, raise your gas prices, and encourage your children to disrespect faith, family, and America. Seattle liberals Maria Beltran, Anna Kennedy, and Chelsea Demas do not share your values and are too extreme for Central Washington.
I've been with U.S. Cellular for 27 years. They've always taken care of me. But when they asked me to talk to you about their special customer event, Us Days, I said, I gotta get in shape. So they sent me this Hollywood trainer. Oh, this guy's no joke. Us Days means exclusive deals just for us customers.
Now let's try burpees.
Us Days is back at U.S. Cellular. Current customers get $1,200 off any phone, plus $400 off any tablet.
Sometimes life is a funny way of turning sideways, like when your kid decides they're a professional stylist the morning of picture day, or when your to-do list isn't quite done.
You went to Rite Aid, right?
Or when you're sure you packed everything you need, but you actually need one more thing.
We forgot our prescriptions.
We
got you. Are we happy?
We are happy. Find everything you need?
Yep. Yeah, life never really goes the way you plan, but that's why we're here. It means more at Rite Aid.
Hi, I'm Deb Mangeras, and as a longtime CPA, I can assure you, Olympia needs to tighten its belt. That's why I'm running for the House of Representatives. I've been a Wapato resident and apple orchardist all my life, and I have been active for decades in my community, helping make this a better place to live. Now I want to represent you in Olympia, to bring common sense and hardworking values to the Capitol.
Join me November 5th in voting for Deb Mangeras.
The Walker's 4-day clearance sale is going on now, where you can enjoy store-wide discounts while they last, with clearance deals up to 70% off.
Or you can pay over time with 0% interest until 2029, with no down payment and no minimum purchase.
Get that new furniture you've been wanting and save big at the 4-day clearance sale.
Going on now at Walker's.
Life's too short to put up with a bad bank. You have a life, places to go, people to see, and things to get done. You don't have time for banks or credit unions that don't care. You deserve better. At Yakima Federal Savings and Loan, we've served Central Washington and the Columbia Basin since 1905 with 10 branches, face-to-face service, and a 5-star app when you're on the go. So go have fun. Do what makes you happy. Life's too short to put up with anything less. Bank better with Yakima Federal.
Tonight, the love triangle that ended in murder.
It was a mess, yes.
But that's not even the most shocking part of the story.
They're like, wow.
And now, the prison interview.
What happened that night?
All new 2020 tonight on ABC.
Next ET, Anna Kendrick talks her simple reunion with Blake Lively. Plus, Tia Mowry sets the record straight and the tight-knit cast of Saturday Night.
Oh, you're joking? We hated each other.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Right now on the region's only live and local news at 6:30 p.m., we take you to College Place, where a local kid battling cancer gets a big dream fulfilled. Monique Ledesma has that story. Plus, there's lots going on this weekend locally, from a model airplane show and more. Our Toby Solving will fill us in. And Stacy has your forecast as the news at 6:30 begins right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
Welcome back, everybody, and yes, we have made it to Friday.
It's finally a Friday. Now, it's been a little overcast and gloomy today, which kept our temperatures down. We were expecting 60s, but they were even a little lower than we thought. In fact, let's look outside right now. So we're starting to see maybe a little blue there, starting to see the clearing skies, but look at that temp there, 59 degrees. It's chilly outside. Our humidity up at 55%, good for the firefighters out there. And our sunset just happened at 6:16. We're looking at temperatures around the area in the 50s and 60s, and they're going to be dropping tonight down into the 40s. So you might want to grab a coat outside. Here's those overnight lows: a chilly 39 in Ellensburg and Sunnyside, low 40s for the rest of the region. A sneak peek at this weekend. Look at that. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous with temperatures in the 70s. Monday, Indigenous Peoples Day in Yakima, 75. Look at this. Nice 70-degree temps with mostly sunny skies in the Tri-Cities. Walla Walla, look at you. It's going to be beautiful out there. 77 degrees on Monday. And in Hermiston, it is a very nice weekend ahead, and even Indigenous People Day. So a cloudy, cool night tonight. Those clouds will start moving out. We have a sunny, warmer weekend. We've got some showers on the way middle of next week, and much cooler temperatures. We could even see some snowflakes. I'll tell you where and when that could happen. Austin?
All right, Stacy, thank you. If you are looking for something fun to do this weekend that could turn into a passion, the Tri-City Radio Control Modelers are hosting their last event of the year. Pilots from around the community and the state are bringing their own aircraft. Some have built them from the ground up. There is also a free lunch, and you'll even get a chance to fly on one of these radio-controlled models. Scott Page with the Tri-City Radio-Controlled Modelers explains why you should check it out, too.
This is kind of the wrap-up for the year, and we invite public to come out and see what we're doing, see what we're about, perhaps get involved. Especially if they have kids that they want to support and be involved. You know, it's clearly not just for kids. It's not just for old guys. It's a multi-generational.
The event takes off this Saturday just after 11 in the morning at the TCRCM airfield that is near Horn Rapids. Flights will likely start a little bit earlier. Very nice weekend is upon us. Apple Valley News Now's Toby Solving has a few ideas if you're looking for something else to do this weekend.
It's time for your roundup of weekend events. If you're feeling like pumpkin patches, corn mazes, hay rides, or special autumn decor vendors and tasty bites, this could be an event for you and the family. Middleton Farms Fall Festival is going on all month. It's open Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Sundays from noon to 7. If you're more in the mood for wine and truffles, Longship Cellars will be serving truffle and wine flights in the tasting room this weekend from noon to 8 p.m. on Saturday and noon to 6 on Sunday. In downtown Yakima, you can check out the Chalk Art Festival from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday. If you're feeling a little more adventurous, the Northwest Viking Market is happening in Milton Freewater at the Dragon's Gate Brewery both Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. There will be vendors with historical reproduction items, demonstrations of crafts, steel fighting with historical weapons and armor, and a food and beer garden. If you're thinking of something more cuddly than Vikings, you might want to head over to the Walla Walla County Fairgrounds for Alpaca Palooza. Alpaca competitions and shows at the fairground are going on both Saturday and Sunday. Admission is free, and you can watch the alpacas, meet the breeders, be entertained in the show ring, and check out the unique vendors at Alpacapalooza this weekend. Whatever you do, have a great one. Toby Solvang, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, Toby, thank you very much. Other news tonight, some Boeing employees might start thinking about updating their resumes. Boeing announced that it is planning to cut about 10% of the company workforce. There are more than 170,000 Boeing employees worldwide, mostly in the U.S. This is among the cost-cutting moves taken by the new CEO, Kelly Ortberg, who started in August. He says Boeing needs to refocus resources and not spread itself too thin. The company is also still dealing with 33,000 workers on strike. Talks between the two sides broke down earlier this week. Boeing has reported core operating losses of more than $33 billion. Well, a sad day for Slurpee lovers. The 7-Eleven convenience store chain is closing hundreds of locations across North America. Tonight, the company says it is closing 444 stores that were underperforming or other related issues. Those issues include slowing sales, fewer cigarette purchases, and inflation. The move only affects about 3% of 7-Eleven stores, although it is unclear right now which locations will be closing. The chain has more than 13,000 stores across the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. In more local news, across Oregon, many residents noticed that former President Donald Trump's name and information was missing on thousands of Oregon voter pamphlets that were released. So we're looking into it. According to the Oregon Secretary of State's office, the Trump campaign chose not to submit a statement for the pamphlet, in which candidates typically list their occupation and background. The Secretary of State's office says the former president will appear on the November ballot, but did not appear on the pamphlet because he did not submit a statement. The registration deadline for the presidential election is Tuesday, October 15th. The Umatilla Tribal Fire Department has announced that open burning will be allowed again on the Umatilla Indian Reservation starting today. Some of the regulations include all burns must be maintained, burning of only natural vegetation items such as untreated papers and wood, and burning must only be conducted on burn days. Well, hey, who is ready for ESPN's College Game Day? Here now, a preview of Week 7's games, which you'll see right here on ABC.
Another SEC triple-header on ABC starting at noon Eastern Time. South Carolina going to Tuscaloosa to take on Alabama after the Crimson Tide was upset by Vanderbilt last week.
Yeah, this is where we're going to find out about Alabama, you know, how they handle some adversity. One week it was about celebrating how great Kalen DeBoer is and this Alabama team without Nick Saban. A week later, of course, they lose a game, and now everybody's saying that Kalen DeBoer doesn't know what he's doing. How do they internally handle all that? South Carolina, a team they clearly should be able to take up, especially at home. I just want to see, this is not just about this game to me. It's about looking at Alabama, this game, and how they project in the future.
3:30 Eastern Time, State Fair of Texas, Texas and Oklahoma. You'll be there on the call. Longhorns ranked number 1. Sooners have struggles on offense. What do you see in this one?
Quinn Ewers also coming back. You know, Arch Manning had stepped in for him. He's coming back with an oblique injury. Is it going to be okay? And then you have Michael Hawkins, who was inserted in that Tennessee game and played against Auburn at quarterback for Oklahoma. Is he going to be able to play well in this game when you have so many of those receivers still dinged up for the Sooners?
And then the nightcap will be in Baton Rouge, old rivalry between Ole Miss and LSU. Winner sort of gets in the SEC race. Losers in trouble.
By the way, how good of a slate are you guys going to enjoy on ABC? This is awesome. Just when you think it's time to go to sleep, we got this one for you late night. So this would be a big one for Ole Miss. Can they win on the road in that environment? It's going to be a big question.
And don't even think even later after that.
Oh,
You've got Kansas State and Colorado later that night.
Like me and you.
Yeah, that's for the wackos like us.
Be sure to tune in tomorrow right here on ABC's Apple Valley News Now. Still ahead on Apple Valley News Now at 6:30, Monique Ledesma's story on a College Place kid who had his dream come true today. And as we leave you to break, a live picture from the Apple Valley News Now studio cam in Kennewick, right near Kamayakan High School. Stacy will return with your full weekend forecast, that first alert forecast. It's important, and it's next. Stay
ET and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Across our state, we have roads and bridges in desperate need of repair. But Initiative 2117 would make things even worse, slashing funding for infrastructure, putting all of us at risk. 2117 is a bad deal for Washington.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,850 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Jared Sessler is Mr. 30%. Sessler wants a 30% national sales tax on everything. New house? Under Sessler's plan, you pay 30% more. New car? 30% more. Bacon, eggs, milk? 30%. Healthcare, gas, electric, cell phone bills? You pay 30% more. Jared Sessler, Mr. 30%. Is there anything he won't tax? National Interest Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
For 17 years, Senator Curtis King has delivered for you. That's why the media calls Curtis King the Republican in Olympia most likely to pass a bill. Senator King helped fund the Sozo Soccer Complex, giving local youth and adult soccer players a world-class recreational facility. Curtis King helped Perry Tech expand, providing thousands of local students with real-world skills, and he delivered funding for dozens of local road projects.
I'm Curtis King, and I'd appreciate your vote.
Next extra, Martha Stewart's Not So Cookie Cutter Life.
Didn't you have an affair early on? Yeah, but I don't think Andy ever knew about that.
Affairs, scandals, prison, the new documentary all about Martha's highs and lows. Next extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
You love the internet. But do you love your internet? Is your bundle a bundle of joy? Do you celebrate your contract's anniversary? No? You should meet Ziply Fiber. High-speed fiber optic internet means more freedom, more reliability, more speed on all your family's devices, all at the same time. Happily ever faster. Ziply Fiber. Call 1-888-GO-ZIPLY or visit ziplyfiber.com/GoZiply. Plans as low as $10 a month.
Apples are the pride of Washington's agricultural economy. When India put on the retaliatory tariff, we were basically dead in the market. Thanks to Maria Cantwell stepping in and getting that tariff removed, we're up to 2 million boxes and we're climbing steadily. It's a huge difference for the industry. Maria Cantwell is effective because she works with both parties to get things done for our industry.
I'm Maria Cantwell, and I approve this message because I'll keep taking on powerful interests to get things done.
For us, protecting the land means everything. It's our homestead and legacy. But Initiative 2117 puts our air and water at risk, and cuts to transportation funding will make it harder to move products. 2117 is a bad deal for Washington.
Welcome back to the region's only live and local news at 6:30 p.m. A kid in College Place battling cancer had a dream come true made today, all thanks to local police officers. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma has this feel-good story.
After 8 months of being away from home and fighting leukemia and taking treatment and medicine, Jaden returned home to find this.
Hey, you! Welcome home! Hey, buddy!
In October 2023, Jaden's health became a concern to his family. What they thought at the moment was just a cold would change their lives. It was in January this year when they heard for the first time that Jaden was diagnosed with leukemia. It wasn't until further testing that doctors narrowed down the exact cancer type. But they found it was myelodysplastic syndrome leukemia. It's a rare form of cancer in kids that only 1 to 4 out of a million children get.
Before Jaden got diagnosed with this, he was a very active little boy. Basketball, baseball, the farm. He likes his farm animals. I think he can't be around that anymore, which is hard for Grandma to see these children go through this.
For Jaden, treatment hasn't been all smooth sailing.
It's been rocky. It was really scary in the beginning when they first started the chemo. It was really intensive. It's really hard for me to talk about. There's times when his oxygen dropped so low that I thought I was going to lose him. And the doctors are amazing. They were right there every step of the way. No matter how scared I got, I had amazing friends to talk to.
Stressful, tired. I fight through it. He helps me, so, and her and the dog.
Throughout his journey, they've tried to focus on the good things.
We listen to music, we laugh, we try everything we can, even in those dark moments. And we pray, like I said, a lot. So our faith, our friends, our family, and our community, and of course Service Peace Warriors has been amazing and saving grace, really.
Hang out with my friends, I fish, I play with the dogs that I already met, family and friends, really. Letting me see my animals through videos or anything. It's like support group, basically.
His mom wanted me to share a message to families who also have a loved one who is fighting a health battle.
To have faith and keep praying and know that there are resources and help out there for those that need it. You're not alone in this situation, no matter how much you feel alone.
Jaden has a GoFundMe account that continues to give updates about him. Jaden's battle isn't quite over yet, though, as he still has some treatment he has to do. But in the meantime, he can come home on the weekends sometimes. Reporting in College Place, Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And I know we're all happy we've made it to Friday. The sun has officially gone down, dust level sky cam. We still have some clouds, but I see a little bit of clearing. That's good news, as maybe we could see the aurora tonight. 60 degrees outside, winds down to nothing. Our sunset just happened at 6:16. So for tonight, again, a chance of those northern lights. Last night was a G4. Tonight, a little bit less, G3. Might have to go further north. If those clouds, though, do move out of the way and you get out of light pollution, very possible you could see the northern lights once again. They've been very strong, and a lot of folks have been sending in some excellent photos. We'll have one a little bit later in the broadcast. But there's those clouds moving out. It looks like you could see a little bit of clearing tonight, but certainly clear by tomorrow. And then it's free sailing with lots of sunshine as we head through the weekend. Here we get into Sunday with lots of clear skies. So not a lot to write home about for the weekend other than beautiful fall weather. Get out and take a look at some of those trees. They're starting to change color. Your sourwoods are crimson, dogwoods are purple red, oaks red, brown, and russet. Those aspens turning golden yellow. And you'll really see that change start to happen into next week as the weather starts to change. Now, growing season, green, yellow, and orange is present in the leaves. However, chlorophyll takes over, so that's why you see the green. As the fall moves in, that chlorophyll production starts to reduce, and then those reds, those oranges, those yellows, reds, and purples even start to come out depending on the weather. So we've been having those cool nights. We're going to warm up briefly into Monday, and then look at the fall. We're going to fall right on down into cooler temperatures, and that's when you're really going to see a difference in the leaves. And of course, the temperature change coming our way next week is going to cool way down. Tonight, we're chilly in the 30s and 40s in the Yakima-Kittitas Valley, 40s here in the Columbia Basin, and for the Hermiston area, 43. Foothills of the Blues also in the 40s for tonight. Tomorrow, look for sunny skies and 70-degree temperatures all through the area. Once again, beautiful up in the mountains, but a little on the cool side. So pleasant weekend if you're hitting the road. road. Beautiful mountains. Get those hikes out of the way because we could see some snowfall in the middle or later part of next week in those upper elevations. Going to be nice on the coast on Saturday, but we'll start to see a chance of rain moving in Sunday and Monday. And you'll see that here if you're heading over to Seattle on Monday. We'll see those showers start to move into the area. Portland looking good through the weekend with a transition on Monday to showers. Beautiful warm temperatures in the Spokane area this weekend in the 70s. Let's take a peek at our 7-day planning forecast. Beautiful, great weather here. Indigenous Peoples Day on Monday, 75 degrees. Then we see the cooling trend from the 70s to the 60s into the 50s. See the same thing in Allensburg. And take a look at those chilly overnight lows Thursday and Friday next week. We're down to the freezing level. That indicates to me that we've got some very cold weather, especially up towards the mountains. Enjoy the beautiful weather in the Tri-Cities and look for those showers by the middle of the week. Walla Walla's got some gorgeous weather this weekend as well. Look at Monday, 77 degrees, going to be great. Then you'll see that drop off in temperatures and those showers moving in. Hermiston also looking at a lovely weekend with rain showers on the way. So as I said, the fall foliage, you're going to start to really see those vibrant colors coming out into our area in the next week, Austin. So
right, looking forward to that.
Pictures, take the pictures.
Yep. Coming up next here on Apple Valley News Now at 6:30, Taylor Swift in the news. We'll talk about it when we come back.
So what do you think about these?
We're going to take everything.
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,000 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Democrat candidate Maria Beltran led a liberal Seattle group that tried to defund police and allowed chaos and violence to take over the streets. Like Beltran, House candidates Anna Kennedy and Chelsea Demas oppose initiatives that would lower gas prices, end the capital income tax, and allow you to opt out of the expensive long-term care tax. Seattle liberals Maria Beltran, Anna Kennedy, and Chelsea Demas do not share your values and are too extreme for Central Washington.
For 17 years, Senator Curtis King has delivered for you. That's why the media calls Curtis King the Republican in Olympia most likely to pass a bill. Senator King uses those relationships to do things like fund a new swimming pool in Yakima's MLK Park and helped Heritage University in the Lower Valley grow. Curtis King helped Toppenish Astria Hospital keep their doors open. And he delivered funding for Pasco's Lewis Street project.
I'm Curtis King, and I'd appreciate your vote.
Look around. All possible Triple Play customers are perfectly represented right now.
Wait, really?
There's the family, the group of adult friends, kids on their school trip,
and the first date couple, and the grandparents with their grandkids.
It's just too perfect. I knew it. They're shooting a commercial.
I thought we were better than that.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
We just thought...
If it's hidden, you might get bitten.
Women, were you exposed to dactyl while you were pregnant? Infant birth defects are caused by this toxic weed killer used in farming, landscaping, and gardening. As a result, the EPA has asked agricultural workers to stop using dactyl, also known as DCPA. If you or your child was injured by dactyl, protect your rights for compensation. Call Whites and Luxembourg today at 917-LAWYERS to learn more. That's 917-LAWYERS.
I've always had an eye for opportunity. As a kid, I was hustling, selling candy, mowing lawns, you name it. That drive never left me. The first time I tasted crumble, it was clear to me this was more than just a cookie. From that moment, I knew this was a chance to bring the taste of something new to our neighborhood. But I couldn't do it alone. That's where Happel came in. With their support, I was able to secure the loan that brought crumble to our community. Where do you credit union?
I think this is my favorite. Okay, hon, what do you think of this one?
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,000 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
Check this out. Taylor Swift is giving big to help victims of Hurricane Helene and Milton.
That's right. The CEO of Feeding America announced that Taylor Swift has donated $5 million toward hurricane relief efforts. Swift isn't the first musician who's helping with hurricane relief efforts. Country music legend Dolly Parton pledged $1 million to help Helene victims. And there's going to be a star-studded hurricane relief concert in Charlotte later this month with North Carolina natives James Taylor, Luke Combs, Eric Church, and guitarist Billy Strings. Sheryl Crow and Keith Urban are also expected to perform.
Well, a tennis legend has announced he is retiring.
That's right. Rafael Nadal says that his final tournament will be in Spain at the Davis Cup finals in November. The 38-year-old last played at the Paris Olympics. Throughout his career, Nadal has won 22 Grand Slam titles. That is the second most in men's tennis history.
Wow, a legend saying goodbye.
There you go.
All right, we'll be right back with viewer photo of the day.
That's right. And the bottom line.
Cool.
The Walker's 4-day clearance sale is going on now, where you can enjoy store-wide discounts while they last, with clearance deals up to 70% off.
Or you can pay over time with 0% interest until 2029, with no down payment and no minimum purchase.
Get that new furniture you've been wanting and save big at the 4-day clearance sale.
Going on now at Walker's.
Now is the time for a new bath from Bathfitter. Every Bathfitter bath is installed quickly, safely, and beautifully with a lifetime warranty. Go from old to new, from worn to wow. The beautiful bath you've always wanted, done right, installed by one expert technician, all in one day. We've been creating moments like these for 35 years, and we're here to help you get started. Book your free virtual or in-home design consultation today.
Phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected, which is ironic. Don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu. We can't watch something without also watching something else.
Ironic.
Ironic. But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Traffic jam.
Ugh, and I'm already late.
Liberal Democrats Maria Beltran, Anna Kennedy, and Chelsea Demas support even no questions asked late-term abortions. They oppose measures that would lower taxes, make gas cheaper, and let you take home more of your paycheck. They would make your streets less safe, raise your gas prices, and encourage your children to disrespect faith, family, and America. Seattle liberals Maria Beltran, Anna Kennedy, and Chelsea Demas do not share your values and are too extreme for Central Washington.
You love the internet. But do you love your internet? Do frozen screens make your heart melt? Do buffering wheels give you butterflies? Didn't think so. You should meet Ziply Fiber. It's faster, it's friendlier, it's fiber. Ziply is fiber optic internet. That means no lag and no buffering. Gotta love it. Ziply Fiber. Call 1-888-GO-ZIPLY or visit ziplyfiber.com/GoZiply. Plans as low as $10 a month.
Hi, I'm Deb Mangeras, and as a longtime CPA, I can assure you, Olympia needs to tighten its belt. That's why I'm running for the House of Representatives. I've been a Wapato resident and apple orchardist all my life, and I have been active for decades in my community, helping make this a better place to live. Now I want to represent you in Olympia, to bring common sense and hardworking values to the Capitol.
Join me November 5th in voting for Deb Mangeras.
Kraken, Wild, pregame at 4:30, Saturday on MeTV.
All the buzz has been the Northern Lights.
They have been all the buzz across the country, not just here locally, but here you go. We've had two big shows this week. Gretchen got this one. I like the view through the trees with that purpley looking color. So cool. Once again, keep sending in those weather photos. Use that QR code on the right side of your screen or simply go to applevalleyNewsNow.com. All right, let's look at the bottom line. Gorgeous weekend, above average temperatures. We're going to see some showers coming our way by the middle of the week and a big cool down coming by the end of next week. And a quick peek at what your day looks like tomorrow out the door. Those early morning soccer games, soccer moms, listen up, you're going to need a coat. It's going to be a little bit chilly, but sunshine. So pretty pleasant out there, not too windy. So.
All right. Well, hey, thank you so much for joining us here at 6. Updates at applevalleyNewsNow.com. Austin Reed with Stacey Lee. We'll see you at 11. Hoping your news is good news.
And you have a great weekend.